What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Dear Mental Healness, episode 3 of the series where I, Lee Hammock, the self-aware narcissist, take survivor stories and analyze them, read them online, and give a narcissistic breakdown from the narcissistic perspective after I break it down. So today's story is a doozy. She met an older manipulative person, thought he was more mature. We're going to get into it right now. Okay, so she said, hold on. For context, he is 11 years older than me. I'm 26 now, he's 37, and we were together for 4 years. I thought since he was older, he was going to be steady and mature. We did not have an anniversary date. I was going with the flow because at the time I was younger, lonely, and insecure. But we had talked about an anniversary date, let alone celebrate it. The only holiday we spent together was our first New Year's Eve, and that was because we just started talking and his roommate was throwing a party. So it was convenient. He chose to spend Christmas, which is a week ago, from New Year's Eve with his friends. All other holidays we would be at war. One time he told me to go suck a male member before getting out of my car and slamming the door. Woo! He was on probation for a DUI when we first met, and I was so naive I didn't know the gravity of the word alcoholic since none of my family members drank. That also meant I met him sober, so I didn't know the alcoholic side of him until the DUI probation expired. We ended up moving in together last year, and that's when it really went downhill. Trigger warning, y'all, it's coming up. Now, 1 month after we moved in together, he had gotten so much more abusive, physically, mentally, and emotionally. I called the cops on him, and when he started grabbing my arm during the argument, we both got arrested. That was a mistake because that gave him more confidence that I wouldn't call the cops again, and he has taken full advantage of it from that point on. The physical abuse escalated to throwing my phone at my head, split my ear open, pushing me around, and now that I look back, the R word. He loved clapping my cheeks whenever I was high and out of it. We're in Nevada, it's legal. I asked him why he was doing it, and he said, "So your next man can't." I also found DMs on his phone to a lot of girls, and he was asking for BJ rates. He denied it, made up some BS excuse. I also found a convo between him and his friend, and he said that they all have an expiration date. That they may be nice at first, but then they start talking to other chicks, and they become chicks too. He was also jobless for months, and would be mad that I was mad. He already owed me money prior to moving in, and we called it a loan. There's been too many grievances he's caused to mention in one email, but I've gone no contact since he got served with a restraining order back in October of 2021. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to face. I was prepping myself mentally for months and also trying to make it work. Again, with that being said, I am just curious. One time he sat me down and told me, "I think I know exactly what you want. You want security, you want attention, and you want reassurance." I was dumbfounded and just nodded. Then he said, "Okay," and proceeds to never give me those things. If he knew exactly what I needed and wanted, why did he not give it to me? It felt like he was mocking me. Do you think he's a narcissist? Because I think so, but I really appreciate it if you can confirm. I wish I found you sooner. Thank you for your platform to raise awareness. All the best. Woo! Y'all, that was a rough one right there, if I do say so myself. And I'm going to say so myself because this is my channel. So, of course, I got my notes on my remarkable, and we're going to go into it right now, y'all. So, first step, note number 1, older does not mean more mature. If you're a younger person, younger man or younger woman, and you seek out an older gentleman, what do they call them, a Hellcat or Greyhound or whatever, Cougars, whatever the terminology you use, that does not mean more mature. Sometimes it means more manipulative. Sometimes it means that person has more experience at manipulating people and more experience at being a narcissist. So typically in situations like that, an older narcissistic man or woman will tend to look for a younger, like less mature, less experienced person. So because the younger you are, the more you miss red flags. You don't know the red flags. You don't have a lot of relationship experience. You're vulnerable. You think that because this person is older, they know what they're talking about. They should be able to guide you along this path of life, right? Because they're 11 years older. You were 22 and they were 32. 22? She said she was 22 and he was 33 when they met. You know, So, I mean, it's not terrible, but again, just because older does not mean more mature. And she said, I thought he was going to be older and more mature. Nope. Older does not mean more mature, y'all. Just be careful with that, because older, manipulative, narcissistic people play games. They play more games. They have experience at playing the game. They are experts at playing the game. People don't get better with age, y'all, especially narcissistic people. They don't get better with age. Regular people can get better with age, y'all, not narcissists, though. So, and she also says that she was young and vulnerable and insecure. She's like, I was younger, lonely, and insecure. Your insecurities make you vulnerable to manipulation and to narcissistic people. It's kind of like they can smell it on you, like, you're insecure, are you? Come here, come on over here. You know what I mean? That's how it goes right there. They'll be careful. Like your insecurities, don't wear them on the outside. Point number 3, the terrible holidays. She said they only spent one holiday together. You all know, if you've been dealing with a toxic, narcissistic person for an extended period of time, you know that narcissists ruin holidays. Holidays are the worst time to spend with narcissistic, toxic people because it's uncomfortable for narcissists. Like for me as a narcissist, I hate the holidays, y'all. Narcissists have limited emotional capacity, and you know the holidays are all about emotion. So typically, narcissists will ruin the holidays. They'll get angry. They'll withdraw within themselves. They'll get physically, mentally, and verbally abusive towards you. Or they'll just ghost you and disappear. Holidays are not good time for narcissists. So be careful with that. That's a telltale sign right there. So another thing right there, a red flag that she missed. He was on probation for a DUI when they first met. Addiction and narcissism. And she said he was an alcoholic. So addiction, alcoholism, and narcissism kind of run hand in hand. A lot of narcissists, including myself, have addictive personalities. My addiction just happens to be people. His addiction was alcohol. So sometimes you get narcissistic people that are addicted to hard prescription drugs and things like that. They chase highs. Alcohol was his high, or helped him escape. Alcohol probably helped him run from something, run from whatever trauma made him this person. Alcohol helped him escape it, so he would use that as a vice to help him escape it. And he was also addicted to it, So you gotta watch that. You gotta watch out for the addictive personalities because they run hand in hand with narcissists. Also, here's this the part. They said they moved in together and it got worse. So one thing she didn't make clear was when she wrote in here, they moved in together and things really went downhill. She said not 1 month after moving in, it got much more physically abusive. So I'm assuming this person was physically abusive before you moved in together. Physically abusive people don't get better, y'all. They just don't. They like if they put their hands on you, they will take your life. I always think that right there. If they put their hands on you, they will end your stuff. Especially if they put their hands around your throat, because she said it escalated to being choked out, the S word, strangled and whatnot. She said that was part of it right there. He would also get her high and zoot it out of her brain and clap her cheeks. Take the cheeks, not clap them, take them. Taking the cheeks and clapping the cheeks are two different things, y'all. You can't take the cheeks. Do not take the cheeks. That is definitely the R word. So SA. That person was assaulting you in every way possible, pretty much. But if they're physically abusive before you move in, they're going to do it after you move in as well, because when big events make narcissistic people feel like they have you trapped. Like, especially if they put their hands on you before you move in, they think you trapped. Now, like, you trapped. I'm going to do what I will to you. Especially if you call the police and both of y'all get arrested, that's just the green light for them. And because after he's put his hands on you or whatever, you call the police and both of y'all got arrested, because you stayed with that person thinks it's okay. That person thinks that you're a property. They look at you as a possession. So they're going to continue to do the same things to you, to hurt your feelings, hurt your pride, hurt you physically, emotionally, and they're going to do some damage to you. So protect yourself, protect your peace. Like, I'm telling you, you have to protect yourself. Don't ignore the red flags. If it don't feel right, don't do it. I'm scared to take this chance. If it don't feel right, don't do it. I promise you. The cops also need, when they arrest both people, I know they have to do it sometimes, but when they arrest both people, they enable the actual abuser to continue to abuse because the other person doesn't want to get arrested either. I say if they put their hands on your throat, they will take your life. That is not some people, it's a kink for some people, but you have a safe word. If there's no safe word and they're just mad at you, be careful, because they will end you. She also said she went in his DMs and found messages to other girls asking about, like some prostitution and stuff like that. And messages to his friends saying that he himself had an expiration date. and he was going out looking for someone else. So if a narcissist is emotionally and physically disconnected from you, they are actively looking for your replacement. They just are. They're trying to replace you with somebody else. So they're actively looking to replace you with somebody else. Yeah, I don't know. The looks don't really matter either. They're just actively looking to replace you. And because you found all that stuff and let him gaslight you and manipulate you out of leaving, he just probably got better at hiding it. You won't go through my phone again and find it. Watch. Just get better at hiding stuff. And they make you scared to go through the phone because he was beating you. You know what I mean? Also, the jobless people, the jobless narcissists are terrible people because they feel like they owe you. You owe them. I know I'm jobless, but you owe me for being with me. It's the cost of being the boss. She says she's no contact since October, which is very, very good. It's tough to go no contact, but that's the best way to help you heal from these relationships. No contact isn't the end all be all, y'all. No contact is supposed to make you stronger to the point because that restraining order is going to expire sooner or later. So if he reaches out to her right after the restraining order expires, is she going to say no to him? You need to be. That's what no contact is for. No contact is like exercising your muscle to say no. I can say no to this person. I really can. That's what no contact is for, to help build that muscle, that no muscle. The no contact is like your exercise plan, like P90X for setting boundaries. That's what no contact is. So the last part I'm gonna wrap up with, because she asked this question. She said he actively set her down and told her he knew exactly what she wanted, and then proceeded not to give it to her. That is just indicative of a lot of times you see in my videos when I say narcissists know exactly what it takes to make you happy. They just don't do it on purpose. They just refuse to do it on purpose. They just withhold it on purpose. So yes, he was mocking you because he's just letting you know that he knew exactly what you wanted and needed and just didn't give it to you. And you still stayed even though he wasn't giving you what you wanted and needed. You were accepting less than the bare minimum of human relationship decency. You know, and like if they can tell you exactly what you want and need and they proceed not to do it, that is manipulation. That is literally just narcissism wrapped up in a cold, hard blanket, a cold, hard truth. So that's scary. Because I say a lot of times narcissists will they know exactly what they're doing to you. They know that they know they do robot. They know that they're doing bad to you. That's why they hide the stuff. If they didn't think they were doing bad, why they hide it? Why did they hide it? And in situations like this, when he can read off a list of things that that he knows that you want and need and proceed not to do them, when you try to leave them, sometimes they'll do that. They'll start doing that stuff, which is also manipulative, y'all. That's why when I'm talking to people and I hear them say, "Yeah, I left, but then he gave me everything I wanted and needed. I've been asking for." Of course. Why wouldn't they? If they want to keep you there, why wouldn't they give you everything that you want and need without you asking that? You don't have to ask for it. They'll give it to you. Oh, you want me to post you on social media? Here you go. Oh, you want us to be a Facebook official? Here you go. Don't leave me, please. Don't fall for that. Of course they're going to do that because you forced their hand. That's not rock bottom though if you go back. I'm telling you, you have to take your power back and stand in your truth. And don't, just because they are older does not mean that they are more mature. Like I tell you, sometimes that they're more manipulative. Anyways, y'all, I hope this helps. That person, is he a narcissist? Possibly. You know, I can't diagnose anybody, but does he have a lot of narcissistic traits based on this? Yes, very much so. You know what I mean? So I hope you stay away from this person. I hope you protect your peace and protect yourself, because if you go back to this person after you filed a restraining order on them, they're probably going to unalive you. I'm going to let you just say this straight up. You go back there, go ahead and plan your funeral, because they're going to take your life. Because they've already put their hands in your throat. They've already done so much damage to you, and now you got a restraining order on them. They're fueled with anger and rage. So please protect yourself. Don't go back to that person. Stay safe and be at peace. And here's the power to your healing journey. More stories. I'm gonna start doing more of these, y'all. So if you want to send your story in, keep it short and sweet. This right here was short, to the point, really, really quick, y'all. If you want to send me your story, read it out loud to yourself, and make sure it takes less than 3 minutes to read, 2.5 to 3 minutes to read. I'll do it. I'm gonna start doing more of these. It's just the ones I've been getting have been super long. It takes me 7, 8 minutes to read them. You know what I mean? So you can lose detail and points in that. You know? So, dearmentalhealness@gmail.com is where you can send your story in. Like and subscribe for more. Turn on notifications. I really, truly appreciate y'all. Miss J, be safe, protect yourself. Mental Healness is out. Peace.